Thank you. So a victory lap for Jake Miller. Again, a long time a car owner here at Midvale Speedway, owned cars over the years. As I grew up watching races here at Midvale Speedway, and Todd drove them a lot of times, but also had other drivers behind the wheel over the years. I remember Ron Daig driving when a number of years for Jake as well, at least in my memory, and I'm sure others between the 70s and a current day. Keith Thomas drove a car for a while that was a Jake Miller ride. As our late models line up pit side as we get ready to open up this 2010 racing season. Welcome to Midvale Speedway's night number 1 of Thunder in the Valley 2010. Tusconet, Blooms Printing, and McIntosh Oil Company night features double points for all 4 divisions, plus legends and karts. I'm your announcer, Adam Mackey, and on behalf of track owners Randy and Sue Smith, I truly hope you enjoyed tonight's exciting racing action. Tonight's race program is run in part by race director Jason Anthony, the driver mediator Joe Evie, scores Gary Smith and Debbie Leglise, pit steward Dean Miles, not with us tonight. We also think about him and his father as Don Miles, a former racer back in the 50s here at Midvale Speedway and a longtime race fan, not doing too well health-wise here today, so Dean not going to be over on the backstretch tonight. The spotters Bill Ditto and Pappy Miller, tech inspectors Dave Hoopengartner, Ron Courtney, and Bob Sibla, and the flagmen Terry Coletti and Jason Neely. Tonight's top qualifiers are number 1 in the late models, Bryant Smith, number 17 in the sports stocks with a new track record, Randy Smart, pure stocks 88, Joe Oliver, compact 02, Jesse Page, legends 21, Brandon Huff, and karts 56, AJ Roderick. On the Speedway, our 4 champions in our top 4 divisions last year, the number 12 of Bubba Smith. In the late models, the 38 of Kevin McClintock in the sports stocks. Todd Miller, our pure stock champion in the Chevy. Just got done with his victory lap. Now we'll take the American flag around the Speedway and rounding it out, our compact champion of a year ago, Don Rufner Jr. Of course, our figure 8 champion 1 season ago was Derek Gruhl. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out on this, well, what is another inclement weather day in the state of Ohio for the start of our 2010 racing season. We are just about to get it started with the fast heat in the McIntosh Oil Company late model division. Oh, did the Smith family do a nice job getting this place looking spick and span clean, ready to go for 2010. And we start with a fast heat in the late model division. 8th fast qualifier, Bubba Smith from Canton, Ohio, in a backup car on the pole. It's why he's driving the template car. Last week, engine problems. Engine problems in practice last week for Smith. So last year's point champion moves over into a backup car, a template-bodied late model. Qualified 8th, which was mid-pack. Starts on the pole for the 8-lap heat. Bob Schneider Jr., good qualifying lap for the number 17. One of his quicker qualifying laps since he's begun racing. He starts on the outside of row 1. Car number 22, driven by Ron Jayberg Jr., starting in the number 3 position. Starting in the 4th spot, the 00 car of Todd Ripley. Beautiful paint job, a beautiful paint scheme on that 00 of Todd Ripley. 54, Doug McMillan, good qualifying lap for him. He was 3rd fast. Mike Miller, 4th fast in the 53. He was last year's points runner-up. And top 2 in qualifying, Rich Markham in the number 27 from East Sparta, and Brian Smith, your top qualifier in the 1. Racing 12 laps the distance. Off of turn number 4, Bubba Smith and Bob Schneider Jr. come to green. Schneider with the advantage into turn 1. Smith fights back on the inside lane. They race off of 2. And the 2010 racing season at Mid-Vale Speedway is underway. Smith and Schneider fight off of 4 for the first circuit. Into turn 1 and 2, it's Smith on the inside and Schneider on the outside, and Schneider closes the door as they head to 3. Here comes Todd Ripley in the 00 to the outside lane. Your leader, Schneider in the 17, Smith 2nd. Battle for 3rd between Jayberg in the 22 and Ripley in the 00. Good racing early on in our first here this evening. And Schneider hangs on to the top spot. Halfway, 4 laps to go. 4 complete with 4 to go for Schneider, Smith, Jayberg, Ripley, and Miller. Schneider pulling away with this one. Running in the 14.7s. He qualified in the 14.5, so he's in good shape. Side by side for position number 3, Terry Coletti. Chief starter with the white in hand is Ripley, and Jayberg battle for 3rd. Almost for Schneider. Off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. It's still Ripley and Jayberg going at it for the 3rd spot. They come to the line to see the checkered. Schneider Ripley 4th, and Miller comes home in the 5th spot, and that's a pretty fantastic start to the 2010 racing season. Flag to flag in our first heat race for the late models, and Bob Schneider Jr. looks solid to start the new year. Pulling to the line, the Harrelson Electrical, McBride's Auto Service, Frontier Tool, Finish Line Motors, and C&K Auto Detail number 17, Barnhills. Bob Schneider Jr. Good race by our late. It's number 2 in the late model division. Chris Grubbs in the number 25 car. 21 starting alongside Greg Bewley. Row number 2, the 99 of Derek Gruhl, late model rookie. That's the car that Rich Desecker drove last year. 69 of Bob the Animal Ico on the outside lane. You know he wants to keep it in one piece in this heat race because he's scheduled to start on the pole of the feature tonight. 30 of Tom Garbrandt. Good to see him back in action. Good to see that Dan Stemple, the car owner, is doing much better after his major health problem last year here at the racetrack one night. He has recovered, is at home, and he is coming to the racetrack in 2010. The 48 on the outside of row number 3 is Gene Molnar Jr. and the 47 of Dave McCallicker. 8 laps. Heat number 2. Late models set to go in the second and final heat for this division. Greg Bewley jolts into the lead in the 21 car. Oh, look out as Garbrandt goes 3 wide and McCallicker spins at the back of the field. Dave McCallicker spins off of the track in the 47, and we've got caution. Chris Grubbs and Greg Bewley on the front row. Derek Gruhl and Bob Ico in row 2. Tom Garbrandt and Gene Molnar in row 3. And McCallicker starts 7th. Back to racing, and Bewley again, another great start on the outside lane. Bewley goes into the lead, and here comes the Animal via the outside lane, and Gruhl already with a left rear quarter panel pushed up underneath from that 30 car of Tom Garbrandt. Gruhl, though, gives and takes, allows the 25 of Grubbs to the bottom lane. He'll look to the inside again, entering 1, and Grubbs again closes the door. Caution is out. Yellow flag on the speedway. 47 of McCallicker leaking fluid. Coming into green off of turn number 4, Greg Bewley brings him to green, and we are off and racing for the final 7 circuits. 1 in, 7 to go, and Grubbs gets up into Gruhl, gets sideways, checks up, and keeps on rolling. Good job by Derek Gruhl to not spin. Single file formation throughout the field. Bob Ico in the 69 car trying to close on the number 21 of Greg Bewley. We are halfway, 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. Greg Bewley, your leader. Here comes Gruhl in the 99, looking to the outside of Bob Ico. Thinks different of it. This is his first race behind the wheel of an outlaw late model. Derek Gruhl in 3rd. Garbrandt running there in the 4th spot, thinking about a move on Gruhl. We get the white flag this time. Final circuit. Last lap for Greg Bewley, Bob Ico, Derek Gruhl, and Tom Garbrandt. Oh, look out on the backstretch. Garbrandt and Gruhl get together. Gruhl got sideways and came down on Garbrandt. Going to come to the checkered flag as well as the yellow, and it's going to be Greg Bewley. DU Construction, Route 39 Auto Salvage, number 21. A win. Put your hands together for Boardman's Greg Bewley. Ready to move into the Tuscodet Sports Stock Division for their heat race. Number 1 of Jerry McNeely out of Denison, your pole sitter. The 13 of Virgil Ravenscroft, the 3rd, starts on the outside lane. There's the 31 of Bill Abill. Good qualifying lap for him, starts 3rd. 75 of Ron Degg starting in position 4. His track record was broken earlier. 38 of Kevin McClintock starting on the outside there in row number 3 has elected to start towards the tail of the field, even though there's 7 cars on the speedway. 17's your top qualifier, Randy Smart. He set the track record in today's qualifying. And rounding it out, also electing to start at the tail, the 56 of Brad Kirkpatrick, a rookie. McNeely and Ravenscroft come to green in turn 4. McNeely takes the lead out of turn number 2 as they head to 3. McNeely out front. Avil strong in that second spot, closes to the rear bumper of McNeely. Avil goes to the infield in the 31 car. Bill Avil in the 31 pulling off into the infield. So problems for Avil in the 31. Coming into green off of turn number 4, it's going to be McNeely and Degg bringing him in. And Ron Degg via the outside lane where he runs so well has just pulled into the top spot. New track record holder Randy Smart looking for second. Here comes McClintock to 4th. Ron Degg, Randy Smart, Jerry McNeely, Kevin McClintock, Virgil Ravenscroft III, and Brad Kirkpatrick. Still the 6 on the speedway racing. McNeely with problems in the 1 as McClintock goes by to the outside lane. Move Kevin McClintock, who had problems in qualifying, up to 3rd as he sets his sights on the top 2, coming to halfway. 4 in, 4 laps to go for Ron Degg. Randy Smart trying to run down Ron Degg. Degg in the 15-4, Smart in the 15-2s that lap, and you can see it. Degg with problems off of 2. The car checks up and Smart goes to the outside. Problems for Ron Degg in the 75 as Randy Smart has taken over the lead. Final circuit, 1 to go. Problems for Ron Degg, who looked to have this one wrapped up. And Smart in the lead. Down the backstretch into 3. Will cross the line at the checkered flag. It will be Randy Smart, Kevin McClintock, Jerry McNeely, Virgil Ravenscroft III. And a Brad Kirkpatrick coming across in position number 5. You can see problems for Ron Degg while leading. Put your hands together for the winner, Randy Smart. Dover, Ohio driver, the Dover Dental Group, McBride's Auto, Kurt Garrett, MD, KRC Race Cars, and Shook Auto Entry. Your winner of the heat race. Pure Stock Heat Race number 1, your number 62 on the pole was Rob Scott. 5 car, Vince Martin. That's the Tad Grove car from a year ago. 74 of Bob Passwaters Jr., the 32 of Keith Anderson. They make up row number 2. Row 3, 75 of Bob Passwaters Sr., 79 is Phil Bunton Jr. Top 2 qualifiers, it's the Oliver boys, Teddy on the inside, and your top qualifier, Joe Oliver in the 88. 8 laps the distance for the fast heat and the pure stocks. We go green and down into turn number 1. Your leader, Rob Scott, looking for 3 wide for that second spot already as Keith Anderson thought about threading the needle, and there goes Martin. Uh-oh, power push. There's a wall there, and he hit it. Vince Martin with problems in the 5. Damage not too much on the number 5 car, just a little too hot and heavy into turn 3. Rob Scott, your leader. Second place, Keith Anderson on the outside of Bob Passwaters Jr. We got Rob Scott leading. The battle is for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and beyond. As here comes Phil Bunton Jr. in the 79 car, looking to the inside of Passwaters. Able to pick up a spot. Rob Scott, your leader, in the number 62. Anderson looking to the inside. Keith Anderson in the 32 on the inside of Rob Scott as they race into turn number 3. Good action at the front. Side by side up front, Keith Anderson from Barnhill, Rob Scott from New Philadelphia in the battle for position number 1. Lap 6 completed the line with 2 to go for Keith Anderson, and Teddy Oliver has made his way from the tail. Oliver's strong run in the new car, number 49 for this 2010 season. His car, he sold to the 74 of Passwaters. Scott and Oliver side by side, they race into 3 and 4. Close action between the 2nd and 3rd place competitors, and Keith Anderson leads on the final circuit. Keith Anderson, Teddy Oliver. Will he hold him off or won't he? He goes into turn 3. Oliver looks to the outside line. They come to turn 4, and Keith Anderson wins the pure stock fast heat. Oliver 2nd, Scott 3rd. Joe Oliver, the top qualifier, 4th, and Phil Bunton Jr. comes across in 5th. In the Best Racing sponsored number 32 from Barnhill, put your hands together for Keith Anderson. '22 of Tim Lynn was late to getting to the lineup area, so he's going to start this pure stock second heat at the tail. Luther Chambers in the 34 car will be starting on the outside of row number 1. 16, Bill Page. The 95 of Ronald Bunton. The 17 of Bill Burkholder. 34, Luther Chambers moving up to the outside of Flesher for that row number 1. TJ Barker starting at the tail in the number 11 car. 8 to go for the pure stock second heat race. Josh Flesher and Luther Chambers to bring the field to Terry Coletti's green flag. A slow start down in turn 4, but it's a start nonetheless, and Josh Flesher goes into the early lead. Luther Chambers off of turn number 2. Car looks to be running fairly decent with Ronald Bunton, the 95. His main problem today has been transponder issues from qualifying. Tim Lynn looking to move his way up in the 22 after starting at the tail. And Flesher leads as a battle for second ensues. The 95 of Ronald Bunton and Luther Chambers close on the leader, Josh Flesher. Bunton on the outside, going for the number 1 spot. Flesher on the bottom. We've also got a 3-car battle back for position 4. Good racing from start to finish so far in our heat races. Flesher nearly making contact with Bunton, but keeps it in the right direction. Now we look back to the battle for 3rd, 4th, make it 4th, 5th, and 6th between Tim Lynn, Bill Page, and the 17 of Burkholder. They single out as well. Luther Chambers might challenge Flesher for the second spot here momentarily at halfway. We are 4 laps in, 4 more laps to go. Ronald Bunton, your leader. John Fletcher, second. Third place, Luther Chambers. Fourth, Tim Lynn. And fifth is Bill Burkholder. And we got them piled up down in 3 and 4. Bill Page, Tim Lynn, Bill Burkholder get together. 3 till the finish in this pure stock second heat. Fletcher trying to close the door. Chambers gets hard on the binders in turn 1. And it's going to be Ronald Bunton in the 95 car taking the advantage off into turn 3. Pure stocks later tonight. All 17 or so of those cars in that class will be running a 20-lap feature event. And off of turn number 4, Ronald Bunton gets the white flag. Final circuit for Bunton. Bunton rolls through 3 and 4, coming off of the 4th turn. Checkered flag in the air for the Speedy Auto Salvage. Crazy Wayne's Auto 95 of Ronald Bunton. Fletcher second. Chambers third. Fourth to Page. And fifth to Tim Lynn. Put your hands together for Ronald Bunton. Speedy Auto Salvage, Crazy Wayne's Auto Car. Compact fast heat race on the racetrack. This the fast heat for the compact division. Tammy Rufner in the 7. Turtle, Jake Albright, car number 10. 33, Brad Henry tonight driving the 33. 35 is John McNutt. 17 is Rich Dunlap, car number 47, last year's champion Don Rufner Jr. And your top qualifier for the opener in 2010, Jesse Page. Tammy Rufner and Jake Albright. Green flag coming out in corner number 4 as we are off for 8 green flag circuits. Three wide for the race lead. Here comes Brad Henry. Contact between Rufner. Look out. Dunlap into Rufner. And a spin bringing out the caution. Jake Albright coming off of turn number 4 for the green flag. We'll try it again, see if Henry can go 3 wide this time. John McNutt's the one looking racy this time, and Rufner keeps it a little closer to the bottom off of turn number 2 on her second attempt, and keeps the number 33 at bay. Side by side for the race lead between Tammy Rufner and Jake Albright in that number 1 spot. Rufner low and Jake Albright on the high side, and we've got him under a blanket in our fast heat for the compact. Boy, Henry, bad break for him when that caution came out on the first start, or he would be out front right now. 3 and 5 to go at the line. Tammy Rufner, your leader. Your leader coming across the line. Albright, Brad Henry, John McNutt, 2nd through 4th. Henry just waiting for Rufner to give him a little bit more room on the bottom, and he will try to make a 3 wide move. 3 to go for Tammy Rufner. Two to go with the stripe that time for Tammy Rufner. She's still holding on, but Jake Albright is making a run, and if she has to pick up the pace, that might make her car push off the bottom and allow the 33 of Henry to go 3 wide. Final circuit, 1 to go. White in the air for Tammy Rufner. Entering turn 1, does Rufner slip up into? Not enough. She keeps the door closed on Brad Henry, who's right on her rear bumper. As they go off into 3, they come to 4. Checkered flag will be waving for Tammy Rufner. Second place to Albright, 3rd to Henry, 4th to Rufner, 5th to McNutt, and 6th to Jesse Page. Westfall starting on the pole. 19, Rich Hess on the outside, 3 car. Kyle Grove starting on the inside of row 2. Brand new car for him this season. 07 is Don Rufner the third. 18 is Wes Ennis. 36 is Kelly McNutt, and 41 is Tim Frederick. Heat number 2, heat 3 lining up pit side. Ironman Dan hard into turn 1. Up the page on Rich Hess he goes, and is 3 wide for 3rd. Kelly McNutt threading the needle as they head down the backstretch into turn 3. Your leader, Ironman Dan, coming off of turn number 4 across the stripe at lap 1. Grove in the second spot, that beautiful number 3 car. Ironman Dan Westfall, your leader. Second place, Kyle Grove. 3rd is Kelly McNutt. 4th, Wes Ennis battles with Rich Hess. 3 in, 5 to go at the line for Dan Westfall. Grove looking to the outside of Westfall. McNutt looking to the inside of Grove. It's a battle for the second position. They head to 3. Grove challenges for the lead. Westfall runs a high lane coming out of the turns. That hurts his momentum. And it's halfway. 4 in, 4 to go for Dan Westfall. Grove in the outside lane looking for the number 1 position. Side by side for first, as Kelly McNutt is right there on the rear bumper. And looking to the inside, McNutt. Westfall closes the door. 2 to go. Here comes Kelly McNutt, a battle for the lead. Westfall gives him just a little bit of room. There was no contact. Westfall goes up the banking. Kelly McNutt takes the lead. Kyle Grove gets contact. Wes Ennis slides through the infield. Final circuit for Kelly McNutt. He's the leader coming off of turn 2. Westfall running second. 3rd place to Kyle Grove. Fortunate that car didn't get tore up. Coming into the checkered flag, Kelly McNutt, Westfall, Grove, Hess, and Rufner. For winner, put your hands together for the number 36 of Kelly McNutt. Race number 3. 40 of Richard Hamilton, 03 of Earl Scranton, 08 of Ty Kelly, 39 of Dan Konovacek, 46 of Neil Rowley, 21 rookie Corey Evie, and the number 8 of Jeffrey Orr. This is heat race number 3. There's still one more compact heat to go. And to go green. Off of turn number 4. Terry Coletti with the green in hand, and they're off and racing. Hamilton with a bad start, and Earl Scranton takes the advantage. 08 of Ty Kelly with also a rough start as he slides back the track a little bit and into the final position. Neil Rowley up to 4th in the 46 car. Follows Corey Evie in the 21. This is Evie's first ever race in the 21. Young driver behind the wheel. Corey Evie in the 21, 14 years of age, and here comes the number 46 car of Rowley to the inside of Evie. Evie looks to the inside, sees Rowley down there. He gives him room down in 3 and 4. Your leader is Earl Scranton in the 03. Evie back to the number 5 position as the number 8 of Orr has moved into 4th. Your leader, Earl Scranton, Konovacek 2nd, 3rd place to Rowley, 4th to Orr. Halfway, 4 laps in, 4 laps to go for Earl Scranton, Konovacek, Rowley, Orr, and Evie. Konovacek running the bottom, but that's where Scranton already is. Konovacek's car free entering turn 3. Gave it a little tap of the brakes and the car came out from underneath him some. 6 laps in, 2 to go for Earl Scranton, Konovacek, Rowley, and Orr. White flag in the hand of Coletti this time. Final circuit. 1 to go for Earl Scranton. Konovacek looking to the outside as Rowley waiting for a mistake to be made. It is the final circuit. Hamilton also crossing the line in the 40 car. Checkered flag in a battle for the lead as they race through 3 and 4. Konovacek runs the high line. Look out, he's sideways. The win goes to Scranton. Then it's Konovacek, Rowley, Orr, and Evie in the top 5. Kelly comes home 6th. Put your hands together for the 03 of Earl Scranton. Eagles of Uricksville, Trading Post, H&R Block of Sugar Creek and east of Chicago Pizza sponsor. .119, Perk Pyle starting on the pole. 31 of Blaine Salisbury starts second. 82, Don Boron Jr. 05 of Paul Stahl. 20 car driven by Larry Ennis. 14 of Ashley Page. Number 128 of Colton Cottis. Phil Vino in the 85 car joining us a little bit late. And the 42 rookie competitor also in his first race ever. That's driven by Ryan Schreffler. Green flag waving off of turn number 4. Blaine Salisbury into the lead. And look out, Don Boron has spun it around in his first race and backs it into the wall in turns 1 and 2. See if he can get the car moving. He does get it moving. Hopefully he will keep it going. In turn number 4. Blaine Salisbury, your leader. Paul Stahl second. Phil Vino running in the 4th spot behind Larry Ennis, and Salisbury drops off the pace in the 31. Paul Stahl up front continues to lead. And a battle for second between Phil Vino Jr. and the number 20 car of Larry Ennis. Vino trying to close on the 05 of Paul Stahl. Larry Ennis looking to the inside of Ashley Page for position and number 3. And we are halfway, 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. And Boron has lost the right rear. Don Boron Jr. has lost the right rear. We have caution out. Racing in this final compact heat. Vino out into the advantage down in turn number 3. Stahl still racing on that inside line, staying alongside Vino. And Stahl pulls back ahead of Vino for that number 1 position. And Stahl is your leader. Larry Ennis in the number 20 car, pulling alongside of Vino for that 2nd spot. 2 to go this time for the 05 of Stahl. Racing down into turn 3. It's a battle for the lead again as here comes Phil Vino Jr. at the white flag. Final circuit 3 car. Almost a 4 car battle at the front of our field, and Paul Stahl is the leader into turn 1. Vino fighting in the outside. Ennis, will he try to make it a 3 wide battle down the back stretch? He can't get the run he needs. And can Vino pull it off as he runs hard in that 2nd groove? Car way sideways in turn 4. It's going to cost him even the 2nd spot as Stahl wins. 2nd place to Ennis. 3rd to Vino, 4th to Page, and coming across in 5th is Perk Pyle. Pisacra Matthias Realty and Do More Refuse 05, Uriksville driver Paul Stahl. Eight-lap feature, the 17 of A.J. Yoder from Beach City, Ohio, the Yoder & Sons trucking car, your pole sitter. The 22 is Wendell Napper from Norton, Ohio. The number 21, your top qualifier, Brandon Huff from East Palestine, Ohio. He's sponsored by Embroidery by Renee, Brad's Towing, and Huff Family. Starting 4th, one of the legend rookies in car number 82, Tyler Turner from Ravenna, Ohio. Philo Forest of Fright, which is Haunted Trails. Stitch Witch Vinyl Sponsored 82 starting fourth. And rounding it out is Craig Schmidt in the number 85 car from Mayfield Heights, Ohio. 8 laps the distance for our Legend Car Heat. Disappointed in our Legend Car turnout tonight. I think a lot of it was due to the weather. It doesn't make things any better as A.J. Yoder comes off of 4th for the green. Brandon Huff, your top qualifier, looking to the inside of Yoder for the lead. But Yoder hangs on to the top spot. Oh, that 82 of Turner really sideways as he came off of 4. Tyler Turner, all kinds of crooked coming off of the 4th turn. Single file formation. Yoder hanging on to the lead with Huff running 2nd. 3rd place, Wendell Napper. And a close call up in turn 2 as Yoder and Huff pretty close to getting together on that back straightaway. And it's Napper coming across the line with 3 laps in and 5 to go. Halfway, 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. Midvale Karting Series feature event coming up immediately following this Legend Car Heat race, and it's a battle for the lead. Brandon Huff on the outside, Yoder on the inside, Napper runs in 3rd. And Huff takes over the lead on lap number 5, 5 complete. 3 to go for Huff and Yoder, a good battle up front. Final circuit, 1 to go for Brandon Huff, the competitor from East Palestine, Ohio. We're rolling off of turn number 4. The embroidery by Renee. Brad's towing in Huff Family 21 of Brandon Huff the winner. Yoder 2nd, Napper 3rd, Turner 4th, and Schmidt comes across in 5th. Put your hands together for the winner, car number 21, Brandon Huff. Get through the rest of the lineup as soon as I can read the numbers. The number's obviously a lot smaller than what we're used to having on our normal vehicles, and I don't know these drivers by name, so that makes it a little more difficult. But we'll go 20 laps of green flag racing for the Midvale Karting Series Senior Champs Special. $350 on the line. Starting 3rd, the number 16 of Colin Mumaw, and the number 2 in the outside lane, driven by Stephen Berlin. Pace car pit side. These cars and drivers do draft, so you'll see them tuck up underneath the rear bumper of the car in front of them to get themselves a good run, and you'll probably see a lot of passing on the final circuit as we get ready to go green. One more lap and we'll be going green flag racing as the karts get up to speed for this Senior Champ Special. This probably won't be good. We're close to a start. Well, we'll go 20 laps or until there's only one vehicle left with any alcohol left to run on. I got Espinosa turning it around at the back of the field. Uh-oh. Look out. Hang on, Grandma. We might go green this time. And yes, we will. We're off and racing for 20 circuits. $350 on the line. 3 and 4 wide racing down the backstretch into the third turn. Up front, Nick Gigetti in the number 3, your leader on the bottom line. They come out high to the wall. Sideways, a couple of karts making contact, rubbing, bump drafting down the straightaway at the completion of the first circuit. Nick Gigetti, your race leader in the number 3. 16 running second, Colin Muma. And Singhas runs in third. Completion of lap 2. Singhas following Muma, following Gigetti at the front of our field in the 3-car breakaway. They'll try to bump draft and pull away from the rest of the field. Here comes Singhas for second. Will he stop there? 5 cars now. Up front, it's going to be a big pack of about 9 here in a moment. Muma, your leader. Singhas second, Gigetti third. Just like Talladega, 3 cars go to the bottom now and bump draft down into turn number 1. They try to get a run on the inside lane. 4-car breakaway. Joining that 4-car pack is the number 14 of Jay Chapman. Jay Chapman from Wadsworth running fourth. Oh, down onto the rumble bumps by the 7th place vehicle. Going to have a 6-car breakaway here in a moment. As that number 17 of Gary Shoemaker running in 6th follows the number 2 of Stephen Berlin in 5th. 4th, the 14 as we move our way forward is Jay Chapman. Boy, a little bit of wiggle by that number 2 of Berlin. The karts in 7th, 8th on back need to get single file and try to close on the leaders because they're running themselves out of contention. Oh, a little bit of contact, a little bit sideways, some karts in the back of the field. Up front, 6 karts led by Muma. Number 2 kart starting to look a little racy, Stephen Berlin. I apologize. I don't know whether it's Berlin, like Amish country, or Berlin as in Germany. But he runs in the number 5 position here at Midvale Speedway. Changing hands, that number 7 spot. Lap traffic coming up as Tom Espinosa will be a little bit in the way as we come down the front stretch. The leaders going to the inside. Espinosa 1 lap down in the 84, 3 wide for second, middle of the backstretch. Gives the 16 a little bit of distance on the 14. Your leader, Colin Muma, second, Jay Chapman. $13 complete, 7 to go. It'll be 6 more laps to go at the line this time off the pace of the 17 of Gary Shoemaker. And look out, up in the corner, somebody with a flat right rear. 45 of Singhas. Singhas, a flat right rear. He's also a modified driver on dirt. Battle for the lead down in turn 3. Chapman takes the spot from Muma with 5 to go. Two-car breakaway, but 5 is quicker than 2 normally when they get up together and bump draft. I think they'll be able to... Oh, now they go to race for third, and that kart that just took over third has picked up a lot of spots in the race. I believe that might be our top qualifier. as they try to close on the top two spots. The two white carts out in front. I believe that third place ride is the 56 of top qualifier A.J. Roderick from Chardon, Ohio, and they are closing on the leaders. 2 more laps to go for the 14 of Jay Chapman. Final circuit coming up, and we're going to have a 5, maybe 7 car battle for the lead. The draft in effect. Who will jump out of line first and try to pick up the victory? They go to the bottom, down in the turn. Cars shuffling inside, outside. Contact between second and third. Again, Mumon, the 16 car, racing with the 14 of Jay Chapman off of the corner. Contact for fourth, checkered flag. It's going to be Jay Chapman from Wadsworth. Well, I'd say pretty exciting feature after what was a little bit wild trying to get the cars in formation and started correctly. So we'll bring the winner back out on the track to get his photo taken. Once again, send Wadsworth, Ohio's Jay Chapman back out onto the speedway. We'll get Midvale Speedway was Midvale Speedway for years, but technically it was in Philadelphia, so I guess I got a point.
Adam, you want to start with like a figure eight and go backwards?
Whatever you want to do, whatever Dan wants to do.
Derek?
Trophy got flag.
Congratulations. There you go.
Thank you.
The championship I think I got the best looking car. First thing I asked her to do is see there. I did. I know I heard about it.
Congratulations.
The wheel was really cool. So they're not going to get this pipe was speed up. It's got to be fun. It ain't big enough for me.
It's awesome. Yes, it is. I took care of you.
I yelled, let it go. You can.
Congratulations.
$50.
Thanks, guys.
I remember wait, you gave him Yes, that
Coming to green, McClintock and McNeely, and they are racing, but not a real good start as McNeely laid back and McClintock started early. So it'll be a complete restart, caution back out. Off the third, and then the Kirkpatrick brothers in the final row as we go green. Good start off of turn 4. Bill Abel looking to the inside, and McNeely will close the door. On the outside lane is Ron Degg in the 75. Kevin McClintock, your leader in the 38. Ron Degg in the second spot in the 75. Jerry McNeely third. Battle for fourth between top qualifier Randy Smart and the 31 of Bill Abel. Side by side racing up front. McClintock. And now we've got trouble down in the corner, and Kirkpatrick slams into the one car of McNeely. Tusconet. 38, Kevin McClintock. 75, Ron Degg. Double file restarts in the features this season at Midvale Speedway. We come to green off of 4. Into turn 1, Ron Degg into the lead. McClintock slides back into the second spot. Randy Smart looks on the outside of McClintock for the runner-up position. Side by side for second. Randy Smart makes it around to the outside lane, and now he will set his sights. They were kind of rivals last year in 2009 here at Midvale Speedway. I don't think they invited each other to many of their family gatherings this past off season, but it's a new season and they're both quick once again, as well as McClintock in the 38, and they're out front of our Sports Stock feature. Randy Smart is running down Ron Degg right now. Smart just a little bit quicker by almost 2/10 on that 75 of Ron Degg as he closes at lap 8. 8 laps in, 12 laps remaining. Coming in this time on halfway, 10 laps in, 10 more laps to go as Ron Degg and Randy Smart close on the slower car of Kirkpatrick, who moves out of the way in turns 1 and 2. Gives the leaders plenty of room. This is Brad Kirkpatrick's first race here at Midvale Speedway, and he's using those brakes up. Your leader is Ron Degg. Brakes glowing on that 56 of Kirkpatrick. Up front, Ron Degg and Randy Smart in the lead, the top two. Down into the third corner. Smart waiting for Degg to make a mistake, and Degg doesn't make a whole lot of them. Bill Abill gets underneath Kirkpatrick as they made some contact. Didn't really hurt either driver that bad, as Abill has a lot of ground in front of him in the 38 car of McClintock. Engine power looks to be about the same between the 75 of Degg and the 17 of Smart. Smart's car a little bit better through the middle of the corners and off, as he's right there again on that 75 car of Ron Degg. Five more circuits left. 5 to go for Randy Smart if he wants to take win number 1 this season from Ron Degg. It's not going to be easy. McClintock's front brakes starting to glow a bit over in the third spot. Smart following Degg closely. Top two still running bumper to bumper with 3 to go. Ron Degg off of turn number 4 with a white flag in the air. Final circuit for Degg, Randy Smart, Kevin McClintock, and Bill Abill. Coming off of turn number 4, checkered in the air for the Talati Pipe, R&L Sandblasting and Painting, Todd Miller Excavating, Deggy's Auto Service, 75 of Ron Degg. Kevin McClintock comes across in third. 4th place to the 31 of Bill Abill, and 5th to the 13 of Ravenscroft. As they will head off into the pit area, along as our 3rd place car of Kevin McClintock. And there is our legend, or our karting series winner, finally making his way out. Jay Chapman, the winner of our karting series event. Jay, congratulations on the win tonight. You kind of avoided victory lane here, but we figured we'd come out, get the photos taken and stuff. A lot of karts out there. The start was a little wild trying to get them started okay, but after that we did fine.
Yeah, it was a great night to come out here and run with a bunch of karts and have a great time out of Midvale.
Have you run here before?
Yeah, we ran last season out here, and you guys have made great improvements this season here. Really nice place.
Let's hear it for your winner of the karting race, Jay Chapman. Tonight, and put your hands together for Ron Daig, the winner of our first sports stock feature in 2010. You know what happened in the heat race. What happened in the heat to you?
I forgot to go to the gas station.
Ran out of fuel. We've done that in practice before. I don't think we've ever done it in a race. You normally run a full tank, or obviously not?
I kind of blame it on my wife. She's the tire man and the fuel man and all the man.
That's all right. She got you hooked up for the feature.
Yeah, she did. She done pretty good.
Double file restarts. You guys were the first time to try it in the sports stock race. Normally we would go single file for the first 3 and then double file the rest of the way back. Paid off for you tonight in the outside lane.
Yeah, I like it. I really do.
Anybody you want to thank?
John Talotti, Talotti Pipe, Barnhill Storage, Daggy's Auto. Everybody helps me out.
Let's hear it again for your winner. He's 1 for 1 in 2010, Ron Daig. "15 laps the distance." "15 laps the distance for Rich Hess in the 19, Tim Frederick in the 41, Kyle Grove in the number 3, Don Rufner the 3rd in the 07, starting 5th. The number 18 of Wes Ennis, the number 36 of Kelly McNutt starts 6th. 7th is Tammy Rufner in the 7. The 10 of Jake the Turtle Albright. On the inside of the next row, the 35 of John McNutt. And the 47 of Don Rufner Jr. starting on the outside of row 5. The 02 of Jesse Page. Top qualifier tonight starts on the inside. And rounding it out is the 33 of Brad Henry. Ready to go green, 15 laps the distance. Fast, compact feature, double points on the line. Down into the first turn, Tim Frederick in the number 41 car. Here comes the 07 of Don Rufner, the 3rd. 3 wide, look out in front of the field. Some contact maybe. They'll steer out of it and keep it in the right direction. Lap 1 completed the line. With Jesse Page back in the field, the top qualifier, thinking about the third lane on the outside. It's Rich Hess leading in the number 19. Frederick 2nd. Grove 3rd. 4th place Rufner. 5th is Kelly McNutt. Jake Albright gets her back around him in the outside lane, takes over the 5th spot. And here comes Rufner. Albright gave up too much of the inside, and it's going to be 3 wide heading to 3. Albright's put himself into a bad position. 3 wide in the outside lane. Will he be able to get back down before he drops to the tail? Good racing all the way through our field as we're side by side, and up front, Don Rufner the 3rd is looking for an opening. He might have one, but Frederick again will close the door coming off of 2. Rich Hess in the number 19. Kyle Grove in the number 3, second on the inside of Don Rufner the third. Oh, look out. All kinds of contact. Grove up the banking. Albright off the pace. Bumper cover laying on the track. And it's going to bring out our first caution in compact feature. Rich Hess and Kyle Grove have not picked up a lot of feature wins in their career, and they look for one tonight on a restart with 6 complete and 9 to go, and both have a pretty good restart heading down into turn 1. Grove with a good run into the first quarter in the outside lane, but again, he doesn't want to open up the middle, or that's going to allow the 07 of Rufner the third to get 3 wide with him. Grove running a good line down through 3 and 4, and he's going to eventually take this top spot. Kyle Grove, your leader in the number 3. Coming in on lap 8. Lap 8 coming in, 7 laps to go to be halfway. Three wide for the third spot as Kelly McNutt races with Rufner as well as Hess. Here comes Henry. Into the infield goes the 41 car of Tim Frederick. He'll need to keep it rolling. He's going to just, I believe, call it a race as he pulls off further into the infield. He takes the scenic tour. He'll join the back of the field. That's all right. Kyle Grove, the leader. Rufner, the third and second. 2 of our younger compact drivers showing how to get it done early. Kelly McNutt third in a battle with Don Rufner Jr. for that position. 5 to go. Kyle Grove continues to hang on to the top spot. Rufner and Rufner, son on the inside, father on the outside as McNutt's off into the infield. They race off of the second corner. Kyle Grove still holding on to the lead, but Don Rufner Jr. making a run to the outside lane. 3 more laps to go, and Rufner leads lap 13. Make it lap 12. Grove's going to have to pick it up a little bit, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Rufner pulling ahead in the outside lane. Grove hard into turn 3. 13 complete, 2 to go this time for Don Rufner Jr. Good run tonight for Brad Henry in the 33 as he's used the inside lane to move up as well as the outside just to get back into the top 5 after having to start behind the top qualifiers qualifying late tonight. And Jesse Page, the top qualifier, moves up to the outside of him. Final circuit, white flag for Rufner. Side by side, 3 wide, down the backstretch into the third corner. It looks like Rufner's got this one wrapped up. Heading into turn 4, heading to the finish line. Don Rufner Jr. starts 2010 where he left off in 09. He wins the first compact feature of the season. Again. He'll take his victory lap. And after the victory lap, the Route 39 Auto Salvage, Animal Racing, Tuss Tire and Auto, Dr. David Brown, Rufner Racing sponsored car pulls into victory lane, also sponsored by KC Mustang Corral. Put your hands together for Don Rufner Jr. Well, Don, didn't take long for the point champion of a year ago to get a win. I didn't think it was going to be that easy for you, though, because they stayed double file up in front of you a long time.
Yeah, it did. I was going to go third route there, and the caution came out, so I said, well, I'll ride out for a couple laps, see what happens. And then the outside just opened up, and that's all it took.
Kyle gave you plenty of room. He was looking for his first feature win, or his first main feature win, and he's pretty strong in that new car.
Yeah, he was. He gave me plenty of room, though, and that was an awesome race.
Let's hear it again for your winner, Don Rufner Jr. Late model 25 lapper up next, brought to you by the McIntosh Oil Company, the sponsor, one of our sponsors of tonight's racing action.